Hi guys, welcome back, and this video is for all the maintenance nerds out there.
Beh, via, ciao.
Hello folks, and welcome back. I am Giuseppe, and this is Maruzza. For years we have been sailing together in the Aegean, but life changes, so do plans, and we have decided to head for West Africa. It is going to be a challenging trip, so I have been going back and forth to Greece for over a year now to work on Maruzza. She is waiting for me in a boatyard on the island of Salamina, near Athens. And here she is, tough as ever. Maruzza is fine, and it seems like nothing happened in the last 6 months. Obviously I was a bit worried because anything can happen. But now it exploded because I had to carry the mast from here to there, and then I emptied the whole boat. I had to remove the engine. The next few weeks are going to be critical. I want to finish all the modifications that will let Maruzza go far. But enough talk. Not even an hour after arriving, I am already deep in action. Last year I replaced all the rigging, and now the first thing I need to do is get the mast back upright on deck. Okay, now the crane needs to come, and it is there. Right now it is launching a boat, and as soon as it is done we will try to lift the mast and put it on deck like a sword in the stone. I am super worried because last time, hell broke loose. I am terrified, but we have to do it, and we will do it. Oh no! This time, of course, I am tying the lifting line above the spreaders, so the mast doesn't do a backflip like 6 months ago. What could go wrong this time? Well, everything. I had to tell my friend to stop recording the video because I really needed help. But I mean, the mast somehow is on deck now. And yeah, I would say everything is fine. But I mean, it wasn't easy because it is a job in this boatyard that I don't do often. And the mast was going all over the places. And I mean, really, I got scared. But now I try to fix everything, and let's see what happens. Now I just have to tension the rigging using turnbuckles, check that the mast is perfectly vertical with an halyard, test the tension until it feels right, and fix a few little issues here and there. When I made the new cables, obviously I made them of the exact length of the originals. But in one case I didn't consider the length of one shackle connecting the backstay to the other part of the backstay that splits in two. The new shackle is just a bit shorter than the old one. So the length of a line that I use to hoist the navigation lamp is just a bit short. So now I have to make new splices to attach a carabiner so that I can hoist easily my navigation lamp. I love doing splices, even if I always forget how to make them and I have to learn everything from scratches. But once I remember the braid pattern, splicing is as easy as spearing a scorpionfish. So this is the splice, it's very nice. And now I have to make another one at the other end of the line. And these are those little jobs that make you feel you are living on the water. Some jobs are unexpected, but most are planned months ahead. Another important job is to change the plywood support that is attached here to the engine mount. I replaced it about 20 years ago, but now the wooden part is getting pretty damaged. So I made a new one, it's there, and I'm gonna show it to you. The new motor mount was built by gluing together 5 1 cm thick sheets of phenolic marine plywood. Then I cut it to match the original using a circular saw. So this is the new part. I mean, look at how beautiful it is, fantastic. Hey, there must be a difference between this new part and this old, bad-looking, ugly... The new mount is 1 centimeter thicker than the original, total thickness 5 centimeter. And definitely adds to overall safety, just like the next project. The next project, I would say, is really useful for safety, even if the chances the event I'm gonna describe you are really rare. But it is just a matter, it happens once, and it is a real problem. Once it happened to me that the wind was so strong that I was knocked down with the mast pretty much in the water. So, how many times did it happen? Actually, only once. In this event, what may happen is that the companionway boards may slip out from their truck, fall in the water, and now we have a problem. And this is a real problem because without the boards, water may pour in the boat and float it, and the boat may even sink. So you need a way so that the boards don't slip out. So what I want to use is this little pin with this little ball at the end of it, so that you insert the pin at the edge of the board, through it in its truck, and you fix it in place. Once the pin is inserted into position, the board won't slip out. Is it overkilling? Maybe. But when I am at sea and maybe the weather is rough and once in a lifetime the boat may be knocked over by a wave or maybe some katabatic wind, well, in this case, I am sure I will not lose the boards. Now I take some measurements, I drill a hole, and we are good to go.
Subscribe and put a like!
I truly love Maruzza and spoil her with epoxy and stainless steel. But sometimes she breaks anyway. Now, after having inspected the boat all around, I just noticed that the brand new plexiglass window I installed last year is broken, because I must have violated one of the 3 golden rules of the installation of plastic windows on a boat. I will tell you everything about these 3 golden rules, but now I have to remove the broken window, even if it is new, and make a new one. So now I remove it and I'll see you in a bit. The window is broken big time, almost half of its height, and I really need to change it. So now I really need to clean properly the part of the boat where the window goes over the cabin side, because it is full of old silicone which needs to be removed. That part is easy. Just grab a scraper and remove all the old silicone. Then wipe it down with acetone to remove any leftover. If we do this right, the surface will be smoother than a dolphin's skin. So now we have to tackle phase number 2, which is making a new plastic window, with the holes in the same place. To make a new window is not difficult. It is just a matter of getting a new piece of plexiglass, put it on a horizontal surface, then you get the new window and you put it on top of the new piece of plexiglass. Then you draw a line all around the old part. So this way you have a perfect shape for the new window. Very easy, 2 minutes and it's done. To cut out the new part, you need a jigsaw, this one, and you have to use blades for plastic, for acrylic. Then you cut along the line that we just drew. This way we will have a new part that matches the original. Now, one of the 3 golden rules to install plastic windows on a boat is drilling substantially larger diameter holes compared to the diameter of the screws we are gonna use. Actually, plexiglass will expand if exposed to the sun. If the holes are too tight, the plexiglass won't be able to expand with the heat and eventually it will crack. To make the holes perfectly aligned with the old part is not really trivial. There is a way that works really well. You get the 2 parts, you put them on top of each other, and then you keep them together tightly, maybe with the aid of a vice grip. And now you drill a hole in the new part using the old hole of the old part as a reference. And then you insert a screw in the 2 holes. This way, the 2 holes cannot get misaligned because you inserted a screw. You drill a second hole using the old hole of the old part as reference, and then you insert a second screw, and so on. This way, all the holes will stay aligned because you inserted in each of them a screw. But now we have to check whether or not the holes are really aligned. So now I go and I do a test fit to see if all the holes are aligned properly. And if everything is alright, I will move forward. So I gave it a try and everything fits. So now I remove everything and I will make the black rim. In the meantime, I also put some masking tape all around the window so then when I install it with silicone, the silicone won't go all over the places. The old black border was 23 millimeters wide. The old black border was 23 millimeters wide. So I traced the same line on the new window, cut the protective film with a blade, peel it off, and spray the edge with satin black acrylic paint. Voila! A nice black border that hides the silicone once the window is mounted. The amount of silicone you use when you install the window needs to be substantial. This because when you install the windows and you just screw in the screws just a bit, you want to have a proper layer of silicone between the glass and the cabin side. And this is the second golden rule to install plastic windows on a cabin. A substantial layer of silicone between the glass and the cabin. This way the plastic window will be able to contract and expand with a change of temperature. If you put too little and screw it down right away, all the sealant comes out. Then there is no gasket, water leaks in and the glass is stuck. It cannot move. So, with temperature changes, it cracks, like it did for me. So, this is the second key rule for installing boat windows. Now everything has to go fast. Can't mess up with silicone. After laying the sealant on the inner edge of the window, press it gently onto the cabin, hold it in place, and screw in just 2 screws, just enough to let some silicone ooze out around the edge. So now I go inside the cabin to remove the excess of silicone. I'm not gonna film it because it is a matter of life and death. So the window is in place and I didn't tighten the screws too much so that when this layer of silicone polymerizes, it will form a proper gasket between the window and the cabin side. 2 tips about this job. Number 1, you have to wait at least 3 days before tightening the screws. If you tighten the screws too soon, all the silicone will squeeze out the sides of the window and that's bad. Number 2, you never want to use silicone on a boat as a sealant because silicone has more disadvantages than advantages. apart when you have to install plastic windows. This because the solvents in the silicone are compatible with plastic. If you use another sealant like polyurethane sealant, the solvents in the sealant are not compatible with plastic, and in the long run they will destroy the plastic, which will crack. So, silicone only for plastic windows. Anyway, there is still a ton of work to do, and I have just begun. In the next episode, I will remove Maruzza's engine foot, replace the shaft oil seals, install a new impeller, and come up with an emergency way to refill the gearbox with oil. So guys, that's it, and I will see you at the next video. But if I don't see you on this channel, I will see you somewhere on the hook.